There was a helicopter crash in Manhattan today. Kind of brings back some memories.
The preliminary information is that there was a helicopter that made a forced landing, emergency landing, or landed on the roof of the building for one reason or another. There was a fire that happened when the helicopter hit the roof. People who were in the building said they felt the building shake. The fire department believes the fire is under control. There may have been casualties involved and people in the helicopter.
Do we know at this point how many were on that helicopter?
We do not know. But right now, we believe the fire is under control. Again, casualties involved with the helicopter. We don't know what caused the helicopter to land on the top of the building. But people in the building itself, nobody has been hurt. Some people have been evacuated. This is all very preliminary, and the fire department is just in the midst of responding right now as we speak.
When you hear an aircraft has hit a building in Midtown Manhattan, what went through your mind? What do you presume went through the minds of people in New York?
Well, look, this is, if you're a New Yorker, you have a level of PTSD, right, from 9/11. And I remember that morning all too well. So as soon as you hear an aircraft hit a building, I think my mind goes where every New Yorker's mind goes.
But at this point, there's no indication. As you were saying before, you tossed to me that it's a very...
This is what the area looked like before the September 11th attacks. This is what my city looked like. Beautiful, vibrant city. People everywhere, all over the streets, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Things to do in New York City. I've always loved and been proud of my city for its history, for its culture, for everything that it is. And in one, well, let's just say 2 swift blows, they destroyed my city. Killed almost 3,000 people. Took down our phone systems, took down our communication systems. One morning that I decided that I was going to call out of work. You see, I used to work 3 blocks from the World Trade Center, 39 Broadway. right across the street from the New York City Stock Exchange. And that morning before the first plane hit, I felt a little ill and decided to call out of work. I would have been coming from the A train through the World Trade Center had I not called out. I would have been with those thousands of people that got killed. So I count myself among the blessed that missed that tragedy, missed being a victim of that tragedy. And I thank God every day for that. In a perfectly planned attack, they reduced my city, a part of my city, to rubble. It was a bustling, very active part of the city that had a lot of people. We still to this day, don't know how many people were actually hurt, because there were even more people hurt running from this and just breathing in the bad air that probably don't even know that they're affected even to this day from it. So that helicopter accident kind of brought me back to memories of this, and I just thought I'd make a video letting y'all know about some of our history and what happens when things like this happen that are not terrorist attacks. We still get flashbacks of this, of planes running into our buildings and things that have been in our city for all of our lives, if we're actually New Yorkers, just falling right before our eyes. But we are strong. You know, we came back from this, but it is a part of our history, so. And I thought about it when I heard about the helicopter accident.
The harrowing scene playing out this afternoon in New York City. That deadly helicopter crash, the chopper slamming down on top of a building right in the middle of Manhattan. The FAA calling it a crash landing, the chopper erupting into flames at the top of a 54-story building. You could see the smoke there rising from the building. Firefighters had to put the fire out more than 700 feet up in the air. It all happened in the middle of a windswept rain, the tops of many of the buildings here in New York vanishing in the fog. Workers inside the building telling me while we were on the air that they heard the whizzing of that chopper and then the impact shaking the building. And tonight, this image, after firefighters put out the flames, how little of the chopper was left. New York City's mayor saying there's no evidence this was an act of terror tonight, but there are many questions. ABC's Gio Benitez is on the scene tonight.
Tonight, panic in New York City. Police and firefighters mobilizing on the ground and circling the 54-story skyscraper.
757 2nd Avenue. Reports crash onto the roof with fire on the roof.
While in a building nearby, a man trains his camera on the plume of smoke billowing off the roof.
There was a significant flame coming off the top of the building. Right before that, I had heard what sounded like a helicopter.
Workers inside the tower describing the moment of impact. Shauna Farrell was on the 36th floor in the middle of a meeting.
Heard a loud whizzing sound of a motor, and then we heard a crash and actually felt the crash as well. We looked out the window, we saw a bunch of smoke and debris, and then we just all ran